So I wanted to show a demonstration that I worked on today for the intermediate and advanced drawing students. This is a self-portrait using the black and white acrylic paint on paper. With regard to this demonstration, um, you get to see how things just start and finish in such a way that you're responding to what it is that you're seeing, to the degree that you'll find things start to get, in some cases, smaller, meaning you identify with what's called a sight size. What that means is that, especially when you're doing a self-portrait or trying to paint anybody's portrait, the head psychologically feels like a big thing for obvious reasons. And it usually starts off big, and then the more that you look and begin to add things up, you'll find that it starts to scale down. So here's an example of that. So, just starting with a few cursory lines and then beginning to find the placement of the values as you go along. And at this particular moment here, you'll see that there's a scale shift where I'm starting to find the relationships more clear, and the nose actually changes size as well as everything else, so that your sense of perception and your ability to actually find the right patterns of light and dark in the right places start to come together over time. So, you're probably going to want to stick with it for a while, and you'll see, I think it's at about this moment here, that um, your sense of where things are starts to become more and more uh, acute, and you can't expect anything to happen right away. As you can tell, it looks awfully strange, and the likeness, for instance, is far from it. So don't be timid about any of this. You have to just continue to configure these values, and mix your grays, obviously, and try to piece this thing together as best as you can. So if it doesn't look like you, or if the resemblance isn't there right away, you just have to keep pressing on, and you'll eventually begin to find it. And this is really forgiving material. That's to say that the black and white acrylic paint um, dries very quickly, so that you can, in fact, um, just continue to cover up places in which you don't feel are um, being put together in the way that you expect them to. So, I invite you to just, look at this one, um, and slow it down or pause it or whatever it is that you need to do to begin to figure out a way in which to start, and a sense of how things can, in fact, end. So I will share this on Pilot, as well as an image of the final um, drawing. And I believe this took about 2.5 hours to do. So, just, stay with it, and don't worry too much about things not looking right away. Okay.